Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Ricky Green here for Tide Talk Sports, and we just witnessed the University of Alabama win national championship number 18. What an incredible season for the Alabama Crimson Tide and head coach Nick Saban. 52-24 over the Ohio State Buckeyes, and I couldn't be any more excited about that. In tonight's episode of Tide Talk, we're going to take a look at a couple of the big time performances that we saw in tonight's national championship game. And we'll talk a little bit about the latest rumors on the Alabama offensive coordinator search. You're not going to want to miss a single minute of tonight's episode of Tide Talk, and we'll get started right now. All right, I want to start tonight's post-national championship game episode of Tide Talk off with a question for our viewers. You know what to do by now. Get in the comment section and let me know what you think. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Is this the greatest college football team of all time? Y for yes, N for no. We just heard Mac Jones in his post-game press conference say that he believes this is the greatest college football team of all time. 10 SEC games in the regular season, 10 victories. Took on the Florida Gators in the Georgia Dome. Victory there. SEC champions. Went and handled business against Notre Dame in the college football playoff semifinal. And tonight, Alabama is crowned your 2020 national champions. Speaking of national champions, if you're looking for where you can get your latest, greatest national championship swag, I'm going to post a link here on the screen at the bottom and down in the comment section and the description as well. Head over to fanatics.com, click the link below, and get your national championship swag at fanatics.com. All orders right now over $19, you'll get free shipping. So head over to Fanatics and grab your national championship Alabama Crimson Tide swag. And I will post the link for you guys down below. Go and check them out right now. Look, right here, moving right along, we're going to take a look at some of the big performances from tonight's game. And you got to start with DeVonta Smith at wide receiver for Alabama. DeVonta had an incredible game. Just did what we've come to expect him to do. Tough catches, contested catches. He catches everything. Unfortunate, we saw him sustain what I believe to be a minor injury there in tonight's contest, but just another magical performance from your Heisman Trophy winner, DeVonta Smith, and there's no doubt about that. Mac Jones, once again, was excellent at quarterback for the University of Alabama. Just an incredible performance. Multiple touchdowns through the air. Again, a Heisman-worthy performance for Mac Jones. Incredible that Alabama was able to have two guys in the top four in the running for this year's Heisman Trophy. Super proud of this Alabama offense, but we got to take a few minutes here as Steve Sarkisian is headed out to Austin, Texas to become the next head coach there for the Longhorns. Steve Sarkisian was absolutely brilliant in tonight's game. The perfect play calling assortment, just a brilliant performance from one of the pre-ultimate professionals in the game. Steve Sarkisian remained focused and made good on his promise to Nick Saban and to this team. Great job, Steve Sarkisian. Wish nothing but the best for you in your future endeavor at the University of Texas. Pete Golding tonight did a fantastic job. This bend but don't break defense for Alabama was just what the doctor ordered, and we have been pretty rough on old Pete Golding here on the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel at times during the season, but tonight he did enough to keep Alabama out in front, got stops when we needed to get them. Big game from Christian Barmore on the middle of that defensive line. and a big game for the Tide defense. Shut down one of the most dynamic offenses in the country outside of Alabama and Florida. In the Ohio State Buckeyes, Justin Fields was completely limited by this Alabama defense. Ohio State never could get a run game going, and that is a recipe for disaster when you're playing the Alabama Crimson Tide. Hey, look, real quick, before we move on in tonight's episode, if you haven't subscribed to our channel just yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. We have been here with you all throughout the season on the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel, and we are just getting started. We'll be here all off season long, and we want to be your new #1 source on YouTube for all things Alabama Crimson Tide. Help us reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers and hit that subscribe button right now. All right, moving right along here. Not going to keep everybody very long tonight. Late night for me. I've been working all day covering the Alabama Crimson Tide. It's well on after midnight, so we'll roll right along here. Najee Harris had a fantastic game. Really just a complete game from the very first play to the very last. Great to see Landon Dickerson take that victory snap for Alabama. Another guy that has just been fantastic for Alabama this season. And no doubt Landon Dickerson will have a great career as a professional in the NFL soon. Wrapping up tonight's episode, we got to talk for just a minute about the future for the University of Alabama as far as the offensive coordinator spot is concerned. Bill O'Brien, in my opinion, is a brilliant hire by Nick Saban. Now, this has not been officially announced by the University of Alabama or from Nick Saban himself, but multiple outlets are starting to report. I believe I saw Bruce Feldman make the announcement earlier this evening first via Twitter that Bill O'Brien is expected to be named the next offensive coordinator at the University of Alabama. A great play caller, a guy from that Bill Belichick coaching tree, was the offensive coordinator at New England, very hands-on with Matt Ryan, so a good quarterback coach, a great play caller, and I think one of the few guys that Nick Saban could have went out and got that could be on par with Steve Sarkisian, Brian Daboll, and some of the other great offensive coordinators that we've had at Alabama here recently. Hey, we really appreciate everybody taking the time to join us this evening after the national championship game between Alabama and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Like I said earlier, if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, go ahead and do that for me right now. We want to be at 5,000 subscribers ASAP. Hit that bell right now for notifications so you never miss a single episode of Tide Talk. And I'm Ricky Green for the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel on a national championship night. We'll see you next time right here on the Alabama Football News and Rumors channel on YouTube, presented by Chat Sports. Roll Tide.